the stock market. Not like I didn't know about it, right? There are many times, like right now, people are raising some questions that uh, was it disclosed to public that State Bank of India and the LIC, they were investing such a large percentage of their investment portfolio in this company?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, there is a rule in this country, at least we know that if you, I don't know what it is, and maybe it is different for different companies, but there is a rule that if you invest, like, let's say, for example, the 5%, if you want to invest or you want to buy the company, then there is a procedure which need to be followed. You just simply, disclose that procedure so that whole stock market knows uh, what's going on. And and then India, I saw that some people were worried about the short sellers, but I think a short seller uh, is a good thing, not a bad thing. Then, whatever is your true value, uh, they help you. They help the stock to stay up, at the true value. Otherwise, it will keep going like China. We don't want that. Yeah. It is a. It is like a. It should be purely business. Like you buy and sell something. You go to check it out. You check it out the stuff you want to buy. If you like it, then you buy it. And you think you are getting the value out of it, then you buy it. So same thing with the stock. We should be always that. Oh, if I buy it, it's going to be better tomorrow, right? So that should be so. So short sellers keep that thing there. Hey, they we always think that glass is like there are two sides. Glass is half full or glass is half empty. So you
Yes,
you need, yeah. So the both types of people. So it's a good thing. Don't. I heard some comments that people are worried that there are a lot of short seller from inside. No, 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 no. It's a good thing. You cannot have only good things of outside. There is nothing. When water flows from the top to bottom, it takes everything with it. So good and bad, right?
yes,
So it's and what is I was watching. In fact, I have also posted a couple of things lately. I have seen the two three things happening that this. What is his name? Mohan Bhagwat. He has said something about, and it has created a lot of panic in the society, I should say, right?
no, 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 sir. Right now he's not.
Yeah,
Actually, Mohan Bhagwat is right now he um is RSS na RSS founder.
yeah.
Head
He's
of
not a
RSS.
founder.
No,
Yeah, he's a
sorry, head of.
chief. Yeah, he's chief of our. He's not the founder.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Chief.
Okay. Yeah. So what happened? I don't know the whole story. Maybe you guys can tell. Let's discuss this politics, and we learn English through politics.
Yes, yes, sir.
Go ahead. Take somebody the honor of explaining. So how many? Only
Mohan
two
Bhagwat.
of you, Nabi. I see only Pankaj and Nabi, and that's it. Only two-person today.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Some person will join, sir. Due to cold, I think Surrender sir also not
Yeah.
joining to line.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They will join soon, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Try to explain to audience that what happened. Why Mohan
Yes, yes.
Bhagwat had to make this statement or whatever statement, and what is his statement? What did he say?
casting regarding casting, sir.
Hmm. Yeah, this is going like backward, you know. This is while the whole world is going forward with human society, we are trying to go back into the uh, mm, Stone Age. That's what it is. We all are individuals. We all are people. We all are the same. Where does I mean, where is the place for all those nonsense? Nobody is higher. Nobody is lower. That's
Yes, he is
that's
treating it as like everyone equal in eyes of God.
well.
Caste
First
created
thing
by
he should. Yeah, I mean, well, that could be his personal opinion, but that raises another question because there are a lot of people who don't believe in God, and that number is increasing a lot these days. In the Western world, more than 50% people don't believe in the God. As soon as you study science, you start doubting it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once you become rational, you doubt it because I mean, what is the proof? Science believes in proof, right? Everything simply like saying that, okay, uh, Hanumanji was flying 5,000 years back when he went from Sri Lanka to, I mean, to what is that place in Kerala or Tamil Nadu to, it's nice hypothesis in literature, as a literature. But as soon as you put the historical or scientific hat, now you have to substantiate the statement with proper proof and logic. It has to make sense to you. Do you think a monkey could uh, uh, could just fly? If monkey was so capable of flying, we should have learned that technique. Why only he could fly? Why not anybody else? He flew all over the world, right? He went in one time to Sri Lanka, another time to Himalaya, and brought it back. I mean, when we when you listen to that, do you think people with uh, uh, I mean, we are rational people. We have gone to a school and colleges. We analyze everything, right? That's what analytical skills we all engineers have, and that's the problem they have with especially scientists and engineers. These people of religion, and unfortunately, in the West, you have more of that. So what is happening? Churches are closing everywhere in this country. Same thing in London. You would be surprised that London churches are being bought by mosques and Hindu temples. They're being converted everywhere because uh, Christians have, they have given up that this whole story is everything is man-made. I mean, does it make sense to you that everybody claims that it came from God? Like Veda came from God. That's what we say. I'm just changing the topic, but this is a hot topic, so let's just switch the gear on philosophy. Veda came from God. Jewish people, I mean, you look at the 4 or 5 oldest culture in the world. One is, let's start with China. China has one of the oldest culture, 5,000 years old. And there were two, three Confucius, Lao Tse, these are the two, three philosophers they had. And and the Chinese belief system is more of the moral code of conduct day to day. And basically, they don't believe in next life. So, nothing of that, no God. So, that was their kind of root understanding. Now, from there, we come to our side, and in this side, only philosophy happened in India. So, to begin with, we had the Vedas, and then if you ask any pundit or those very strong believer, they would tell you that it is anadikal se hai. Like it has no beginning, just like the God has no beginning or end. It has it is something like that kind of book too. And it was given from Brahma directly to Surs to other people, and blah blah blah, and that's how orally it got transmitted and came to uh, writing, and that's what we have. Now, objectively, if when you analyze it, there are, I mean, if it is a God's book, all the description it has is why associated with geography of northwest India in that one. You know that like all the rivers in that areas are mentioned in the like Kabul has a Kubh river. It is on the bank of Kabul. That's why it's called Kubh. So Kubh river is mentioned there. Saraswati is of course many times mentioned. Sindh is mentioned. All the main rivers of that area are, and Saraswati was alive at that time. So it describes very well the geography of that area. Let's say if the creator of cosmos is who is writing Veda, you know, do you think that is the only area of importance for him that he would write only for that? Think about it. You know, as if he grew up there, that is his village, and he knows that very well, so he wants to write about it. There are so many planets, so many galaxies, so many things to do. So, you know, uh, clearly it is also a man made book written by somebody like you and me. And so, and that is the problem we have with the people with of theology. They have a hard time believing it. We say that why can't you accept the fact that these all books, writer of all these books were human being like you and me? Then it will be more natural for us to follow it and understand it and say that, well, if he did it, then we can do it. But if as soon as you tell, make those people superhuman, not human, devas or people from another planet, Ishwaras, means they have a lot more capacity, then their teachings are not useful for us because then we cannot copy it, we cannot emulate it. If if Rama and Krishna is a they are say people like you and me, then they are our others, our ideal. Rama is others Purush. He has done so many good things, and Rama is my ideal. No one, I mean, that historical Rama human being, I mean, he has created so many top standards of morality in the society that yeah, we admire him and we try to emulate his way of life in our lives. I mean, polygamy was such a common thing in those eras. Every king would have hundreds of wives or whatever number you can think of. They used to have all harem in the Saudi world. But this guy, Ram, he, he married only one woman. It is in itself such a huge change from the previous history. So Ram as a human being is our ideal. He did a lot of great things, and what a son, what a father, what a brother. I mean, what a husband, what a politician, what a statesman. I mean, look at it. All those things are. There is no comparison of that person in anywhere in any other culture. That is the beauty of Ram. He's a single person of that caliber. And but if you make it God, then all these good things, good qualities he showed, that all becomes big zero. Because if God is such as powerful, they can do anything. So all the training, all his efforts, we just simply wash it away. And so that is the story happened in India. Veda is also human being written like you and me, but it's our scripture because this is the very first book our rishis they came up with. After that, everything is bogus, like uh, you know Manu Smritis, Ramayana, Mahabharat. They are piece of literature, nothing else. I mean, uh, they are not a book of history. We cannot call them a book of history because history has certain things which it has to follow. just like science. You have to back it up with proper evidence. And when you say things like Hanuman flying in the sky, that doesn't make sense. I mean, there are so many other anomalies, but literature is okay because in literature you are allowed to exaggerate. So that's why we call it. They say Ramayana and Mahabharata is itihas. It is not a itihas. It is still a piece of literature. I had another debate on the Facebook recently with somebody from Tilak from uh, uh, Tilak, not Balagangar Tilak, somebody from Maharashtra. I think, I have 5,000 Facebook friends and we discuss things here and there. So the topic was, what was the topic? Huh? Yeah, I tell you. So there is a one uh, friend of mine, his name is Nilesh Oak. He's a computer scientist, he's also a historian. He knows all the shastras very well. You should look him up. And he has recently published a book after doing all the studies. What he did, he analyzed all the references of Ramayana and Mahabharata, the star positions. They call it, I'm forgetting the word. What is the word? Astronomical. There is, call it astronomical table or whatever it was in the sky at that time, because you have, for example, like when uh, uh, I mean, let's take the Ramayana happens first. So when everything, when the coronation of Ram has to happen, there was a certain position of stars and nakshatra. Similarly, when before that, there was another evidence of like his birth, which is all already given, that what was his, what we call it, there is a Janmpatri of his birth, all those things. So based on all the star positions in the sky, all the references, what this guy has done, other people have also done it. He put it in the computer simulation, and then uh, came up with a date. He has exact date. I think it is 12,200 certain number of years for the Ramayana. One, yeah, I, and similarly for Mahabharata is about like 6,000 years. So based on all those things, now we know that at least we have a one, uh, let's call it, I mean, it is being challenged right now, his work, which happens always in science, that you publish a paper, you write a book, you come up with a hypothesis with your logic, and somebody will disprove you as soon as they have a better logic and better proof. So, but at least right now he has disproved other, because everybody was right now, oh yeah, it is 10,000 years back. Oh, what it is, Ramayana is 50,000 years back. I mean, no evidence, just the guesswork, right? But he is showing, which is the scientific way. He has done the experiment, he has collected the ideas, and based on that he has done the analysis, and now he is coming to conclusion. So this is a scientific conclusion. This is how we work as an engineer or scientist in the whole western world, right? Or in India, that's how our science works. uh, no more simply by saying, we have to back it up with evidence. So uh, but the people of literature and philosophy, they don't like that. As soon as you challenge them, that what you have to back up. The point I'm trying to make is that everybody says three things: there is a God, there is heaven and hell, but there is no proof of it. I mean, it is just hypothetical right now. Who knows whether it is truly is or not? Maybe God is creator, but maybe not. It's just a whole system. It's happened by random. Who knows what happened? So, as a scientific community, we say that we don't know. That's why there is a two terms there, like in the Western world, before. what we call it, the astic. They are those believers, we call it, those who believe in God. And then there are people who don't believe in God. And there is a third category of people who are considered agnostics. Do you know what they are? They say that don't know whether God exists or not. They are they are they are like people who are saying glass is half full or half empty. They are confused people like me. So this is where is the one level of battle happening in the world culture everywhere. Every country, every, like Western. I was telling you a story of India, that so our starting with the Vedas, and of course all other literature, they are all man-made. And as soon as you have man-made things, you will have error in it. It cannot be perfect, impossible, right? Because we are not perfect people. So how can it be perfect? There is nothing perfect in this planet or anywhere around us. So, and our Gyanendris are also very limited. So that's the story of our side of the world. Let's go to the West, Semitic religion. The oldest among them is the Jewish religion. They also have the same thing. They say that God gave Jehovah 10 commandments that came from directly from God. So now India, Vedas directly came from God. Now Jehovah is claiming that it came directly from God. Bible, as per the Bible, Jesus was also son of a God and was sent there. Uh, and all the teachings are Bible. That also he was the son of a God, so he brought his message. Like, he's like Prince who brought the message from God. So what else you need? You have a proof that Prince was there. So that's what it is. And then of course Islamic is a khichdi of Jewish religion, and they say only thing they added in that one is that they put, like, same wine into different bottle. They said that, oh, they created the word Allah. That's all they have done, but everything else they copied from the other two religion, most of the. And then they say that, okay, Muhammad had uh, all these things coming from God directly through uh, Jibril, who is also very kind of like goddess, you can call it, in Christianity and Jewish religion. So uh, now the same Jibril, who is also in the other two religion now, uh, he or she, whatever it is now giving him the revelation. So now you have the Muhammad, and then you have the Allah, and then you have Jibril, and then uh, Wahi is the Arabic word, or you can call revelations, is coming to the earth through this channel here. Okay, so this is how is all the philosophical things have come, and unfortunately, uh, they are not the same. God, Allah, Krishna, Brahm, they all created, if we believe, all human beings, we all are the same. Our blood is the same. We can intermarry. Everything is. So it tells us that all these gods, if it is existing, they should be one, because they created, doesn't matter which culture we are in. We are telling that, oh God, or Ishwar, or whatever. If we are saying that, fine. So, and everything else, we all live only 100 years. We have four things commons in everybody, that we like to do, like, what do you call it? We eat, we sleep, we have like sex for procreation, and there is one defending, eat, sleep. Yeah, four is common in all species. Doesn't matter. This is from the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita says that you have, but this is a good thing, good statement. This is a scientific knowledge improvement that Bhagavad Gita did, and I give credit to Hindus for that. That they say that, well, this is true in all, and now science has proven it, that yes, animal does the all four things. The birds, they do all four things. If an insect, they do all four things. So this one would be a scientific work there, that the four things is common in all species, whatever species we have, and yes, everywhere it is common. So this is a progress of science India did in a way. So, but uh, there are many other questions still unanswered, that about the God in every culture. And so, what is happening is that in the people in the West, they ask questions. They go to uh, their churches or mosques. They don't get answer, and then what happens? They leave. They leave. That's what is happening. I don't know if you guys know or not. In India, there is a big movement going on of ex-Muslim. Have you heard about it? No. And not only in
Yes,
India.
sir. No.
Yeah, like Iran, India, Iran, Pakistan. There is ex-Muslim movement going on.
Yes, yes.
Uh, yeah,
Yes. Good morning, sir. Many Muslims
yeah,
are leaving their religion.
yeah. Well, they are living, but they cannot live like us. That's the problem. Now again, I'm changing the gear, and I tell you how bad it is. You know, like all other religions, there is you can freely accept the religion, move from one religion to another in all the religion, but you cannot do in Islam. You can freely go there, but you cannot leave. Do you know that in Islam, if you leave the Islam religion, the command is given to that it is a duty of Muslims collectively to ensure that that person who has left, who is leaving Islam, get killed. And that is why all the people in India who are running the channels, I'll send you guys some channel like Sachbala, search for Sachbala. He's a great scholar. I listen to him all the time. He spent like uh, 20, 30 years in Saudi Arabia, and he debates with all these Muslim clergies. And nobody is able to answer his questions. He's asking pointed questions like a true debater, and he's saying that mm, here is the problem is like we're talking about some problems right now. So the Islam has a rules that if you leave Islam, somebody must kill you. So for to avoid the killing, because they all get threats that will kill you like that. So they don't show their faces. You'll be shocked. All the ex-Muslim channels we have, I watch like two, three of them in India. There is Adam Sikar. Actually, he's from Pakistan. Similarly, now he has started showing what is his name. There is ex-Muslim channel Sahil. Sahil used to be under file for a long time, for a year or two, and then he got a lot of threats. And then he went to government. He's from Bombay, I think, and then he got a lot of protection, and now he's open because he has protection. Initially, he was not sure, at least. But if he goes to Pakistan right now, he will be killed tomorrow. He cannot travel freely to any other Islamic country. India is a kind of our secular country, so and with a lot of protection, we are okay. Still, they're trying to kill him. All the people who are running those kind of, so they're risking their lives. So Muslim religion, it is like a you know undercoop a well. You can easily, somebody can push you into that well, or you can go yourself and fall trying to grab some fish from that well. But once you go in, you cannot come out. If you are pretty much dead. So that is the difference in Islam with the other religion. That you can go in. They do that. They call it word like tabligh. Reason I'm also discussing these things, that India people are so naive about other religions. They don't want to learn. Nobody teaches us about any other religion, which is bad. We should know. Then you know how good and bad they are. And the comparative study, when you do, where then you know plus and minuses, and when you do that one, you find that really Islam is such a terrible religion that, oh my God. And then you start doing. Other religions are fine. You can be any other religion. You can leave. You can do whatever you want to. Nobody. There is no violence. That is the difference. Islam is the only one which is so violent that, I mean, you can imagine that uh, the family members kill you because you just left Islam. I mean, there are so many examples in Pakistan and other places. There are movies on that. Similarly, you will see that if there is a charge of adultery, a ladki, or teenager, or even a married woman, something like that, so, or widow, uh, found in having affair with somebody, just a kind of guesswork that she had affair. Nobody has to prove it. Just then they stone you to death, and they put you uh, in a ditch, and then everybody, including your parents, they will parents. I saw a movie, Iranian movie. This was based on a true story. That father starts stoning first that girl, and she was innocent. It was just the false charges against her that she was involved in adultery, and that was there was no truth. It was finally her name was cleared by the government that she was innocent who was killed. And but the uh, like we have in the village, the blame game goes. Mighty we have. She become victim of that, and then the villagers, they sentenced her to death. And then her parents were the first one. Her father, brother, relatives, they were the first one to stone her. Then of course kids, they finally did the final job. So this is what it is. So all this religion, a lot of people are now questioning. And so we are moving into that world that, hey, uh, it is your personal thing. If you believe, fine. If you don't, nobody talks here about religion. If you go to the workplace, or it is, or you have here, you have friends from all culture. You have a Taiwanese, Chinese. You will find everybody has everybody friend, just like we have in India. You will find Kashmiri, Punjabi, South people, or Bengali all together having a drink or tea or whatever at workplace. Same thing here also. But only thing is that here they are from the different nation, not from the different states. And so they dine, they eat, they watch sports, they do things together, and nobody bothers about religion because they believe in different things, and everybody knows that this is your personal thing. So this is where the world is moving, and we need to move in that direction. But unfortunately, our politicians are taking us back into this one. So we all, educated class, has to fight back with them. Use your pen, use your debating skill, use this and question it. That, I mean, there is nothing wrong in accepting and challenging them. I mean, I have a very good friend, very close friend. We both worked at IBM. I told him that I'm not very happy with Shiv Puran. If Shiv was such a great surgeon that he could put a baby elephant's head on his son, maybe we should have learned surgery from him, at least to save so many lives, especially the war victims. We had so many wars in India. All our gods are fully equipped to it, not one, but several weapons, right? If you look at it, we have, can you believe that one? We are the only, we are the only one whose gods are fully equipped with weapons. I mean, uh,
Yes. Yes, sir.
what a personification! What a personification! What does it tell you? That do do God need a weapons? If the God is so powerful, they don't need any weapons. So what we are trying to show, I still have to figure it out. What is the purpose of our? So that's why it tells you that it is nothing but imagination of some smart people who had a writing skill in Sanskrit, have done study, college, masters, PhD, and he wrote. And same phenomena you see repeating in all gods we have, all the demigods. They are so like that. So this is the difference. This is the one difference I find from the other religion, that our gods are fully equipped with all the weapons, and that when I analyze those weapons, what are those? Even the god fights with sword only. that is that is the most common weapon they have. That I thought that there
Yes,
will
sir.
be, yes, Brahmastra is good. I like that one because nobody can explain it, right? So it's big, so that's fine. That, hey, and it shows that, shows that Brahmastra, that if you throw that Brahmastra, then everything will be destroyed like atomic bomb. So that makes sense. That, okay, God is so powerful that uh, uh, he has weapons like that, like God going to battle with sword. It doesn't make sense to me. It does. I laugh. So, so, so like that. I mean, every religion had it. I just gave you example of two. See, well, let me give you another situation. Yeah, I was telling you, and I got discontinued. Recently, I had a debate with one person, and when I posted that news that one of my friend who has discovered that Ramayana is actually about 12,200 years old, and Mahabharata is about 6,000 some old. When he wrote that, I think I'll send you guys that one, that his book. I mean, he has published his article long time back. I have been reading those his article. So uh, we were discussing something about Ramayana. I don't know what happened. Then this gentleman, the Tilak Sahab from Maharashtra, he sends me uh, a little excerpt from Ramayana, where the sloka says, I have to find, I have a Valmiki Ramayana in the home. I haven't got time, but I'm going to find that sloka, because somehow I cannot go back to, I don't know how can I find his conversation I had with him on the Facebook. I think they just disappear. So he had quoted that sloka from Valmiki, where it says that Lord Rama, he, after coming back to Ayodhya, he ruled for 1,000 years, 1 sahasra years. Okay, now no, not sorry, not even 1 sahasra year, 10 sahasra year. So um, I think something about this. There was some other discussion going on, and in that process, oh, this now I see. Recently we have the big discussion going on Tulsidas Ramayana, like Dhol Gamar Sudra Pasunari Yataran Ke Adhikari, right? Everybody is trying to interpret it different ways. That was the topic of discussion, and in that process, he quoted to substantiate a statement that Ram ruled for 10,000 years. Suddenly, I said, I'm sorry to, I cannot accept this one, because the scientists have come to conclusion that Ramayana happened only 12,000 years back. And if he was ruling for 10,000 years, then he should be in our lifetime, maybe the Maurya time or Gupta time. So this is what is called exaggeration. I said that as long as if you consider it a literature, they do exaggeration, which is fine, because that is their they are not science. We can say that one. If if Hanuman is going to Sri Lanka and Himalaya, as a literature, I accept that one, because it is personification. It's like trying to tell you that he was so powerful that he went and, you know, he was able to swim, but his swim was such a fast that they say that, oh, as if he was just flying, he went over. Similarly, if it meant that Rama ruled for a long time, I accept that. And sometimes what they do, people use the literature. For example, I remember that in the village discussion one time I heard, I mean, how do you explain some villagers that where is America? They have no concept of it, right? So in the my wife was discussing with some village woman, and discussion was going on that where is America. So ultimately they concluded that it's from the Madras. Madras se bhi dur. So that was the conclusion. The geography, where is America? Oh, Madras se bhi dur hai. So,
Yes, sir.
so that is called exaggeration, right? Because their knowledge is limited, and based on their knowledge, they can perceive only up to Madras in India, and they have not even heard the word America before. So it is just like there are so many planets in the sky, we don't know anything about them. If we talk about those planets, how am I going to know about it, right? Same thing. And uh, so literature is different. We have a different yardstick for that, and science is different. It has very science, any type of science, social sciences. As long as you put a word science in front of it, we have to have a different yardstick. So coming back to the point, original discussion, that heaven, hell, and God, they are still a controversy. Nobody can. We have been fighting for like 7,000 years now without any conclusion. We have killing each other, but basically it is completely, it's so bogus. Nobody knows what is the reality. We are all, I mean, that is the best we can say, that whether God exists or not, who knows? Nobody can say for sure that there is a God who created all this. What do you think?
So, as per my view, sir, Ramayana Mahabharata is like a small path how to expand our
Yes, yeah.
life in a good way.
Very good. Yes, exactly. That is what it is. Now, actually, I have sent you an email. Actually, how much time? Okay, let's save it. This is exactly, I was thinking, and suddenly I went to class and I got some of the answers. I tell you what,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
take the short because we are almost like time to go.
Like
And I have,
life of Ram and the life of Ravan. Both
yeah,
are in
yeah,
both parts in Ramayana.
yes. Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm going to tell you something different.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not going to now on the Ramayana. I'm going to the Vedas now.
Okay.
So, the point, what I have been focusing on is that what happens is that in the ancient time, people learned it. People, they all had tendency, and now everybody writes a book, right? So, so basically, all the books we have, I mean, Veda is the first one. And then after Vedas, we have Smritis, Puranas, then Ramayana and Mahabharata. Up to that point, we stopped, right? Now, if you look at even the Sanskrit language of uh, Vedas are different than the all other languages. Okay, what does it tell you? That there is a break. For example, the Sanskrit and Hindi, right? There is a break. Like, it is from Sanskrit when it has taken a time period, and now we are speaking Hindi, say, for example, in North India, and it has transformed. Now there is a different grammar for this Hindi than the grammar for the Sanskrit. Same thing happened in the case of Vedic Sanskrit and classical Sanskrit, we call it. So the Sanskrit which we know now is called classical Sanskrit. Modern day, like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, all those things are written in what is classical Sanskrit. All the novels or Kalidas, you can think of Ban Bhatt, all the Sanskrit scholars, uh, and there is a huge literature, and that's why I want to kind of learn Sanskrit so that I can enjoy those things in my retirement. There is no any other, I mean, it's a good thing that we have so much literature, but they are all literature. Now, if you the fight we have in India in Manu Smriti is that for Manu, Manu, we should be respecting him as a law scholar of his time, or sociologist of his time, or labor economist of his time, or whichever came with the idea of the way we see Brahman Kshatriya Varnashram system. You know, that is a great work of labor economics. What it has to do with God? Nothing, right? Just because because what happened is the ancient time, every books, everything which we have, we lumped in the one library. You call it the God's books, right? That's where it got. Uh, but the point is that they were all written in the classical Sanskrit. That tells you that they were written later, and so Vedas by default then becomes one book, original book of Hindus. And if you stick to Vedas, I mean, we had tradition that remember that Shankaracharya came to do the Shastras in North, right? Kumaril Bhatt, or in Mithila, he went to discuss with, who was that? Mandan Misra, right? Am I saying the right name? Mandan Misra, right? Yeah. So, so what was the debate all about? In all those debates, uh, I mean, you have to have the basic background and some basic things. Because, say, for example, two mathematicians, when they start discussing about differential equations, they expect that you have gone through pre-calculus, calculus 1, calculus 2, and calculus 3 first, right? Then we are talking about here differential equations, how it works and all that things. So same way, when the Shankaracharya and Manan were discussing, it was, the topic was that the basic foundation of their study was Vedas. Means everything, the discourse they happen, they had to prove or disprove or argue from the Vedas. So Vedas has all, the point I'm trying to make is that from ancient time, Veda has been our standard book, which is good. We should stick to just one book, Vedas, as our standard scripture. So I keep telling everybody that for me, Veda is the only book which we should be considered as our religious book. Everything else is a piece of literature. All the Puranas, that's why all the Puranas, see, Purana is telling you one thing, Vishnu Purana another one, Bhagavad third one. This Puran, there are 18 Puranas. If you try to tally them, they are expected to say one message, but no, you will find that every Purana is glorifying their own God. See, Purana has Shiv as the top. Vishnu Purana has Vishnu as the top. All those kind of nonsense goes on. And and Nirakar to Sakar. So, and the beauty of the Veda is that Veda is basically, it has four parts in it. I am learning now in a class. I sent you guys today one of the slide of that one video. That was one of the lectures which I just listened to, and that solved too many problems of my head. So he was, uh, our Guruji here, he was teaching us that Veda has four parts. First part is hymns, or slokas, or I think, what is, there is another name, I have Shruti or something. And then is second part is, uh, uh, what is that one? The Yagya Karma Kand, two. And then there is Aranyak, and then there is Upanishad. So there is a four part. So the way he has explained, and now it makes sense. He said that the first three parts, hymns, Karmkand, hymns, Yagya, and Aranyak, these are the associated for what is associated with the Karmkand. All the Karmkand we do, Yagya and all this and that, Upanan, Sanskar, whatever, mantras, this, that, they are all covered in it. And then the final is the Gyan Kand. And the point you were making, that so many learning things, what he explained to us, that, Hindus, Sanatan Dharmis, Purusarth are four things: Dharma, Arth, Kam, and Moksha, right? These are the four things for Hindus. And so, if you are only desirous of the first three, Dharma, Arth, and Kam, then the first three part of the Karm Kand is good enough for you. But the catch is there, This is what is a very interesting part. He said that, the dharma earth calm. This means like calm is pleasure or enjoyment. Earth is of course money, and dharma is living the way we live. So basically, when you do the first three puja part and yajna karma, you get a result out of that sanchit karma. But that sanchit karma has a limited life in it. At one day, it is going to come end it. It's not like you have a 20 million in bank accounts and you started traveling, you become womanizer and you blew it, and now you are back to street. Ei- Either you go to work or do something else or whatever. So same thing, he explained that uh, sanchit karma which you have, after enjoying it, maybe you go to swarga, but in the swarga you finish all this sanchit karma, you enjoy it, and then you are now ready for the second birth, rebirth. And that's how the cycle goes on and goes on. So your goal is to, in Sanatan Dharma, we are saying that our ultimate goal is to get the moksha, means mukti, from this cycle of rebirth. So we, if we just simply enjoyment, if we are after enjoyment, then we don't need to worry about Upanishad, but or the Gyan Kan or the knowledge. But if we do, then you have to ultimately start using your mind, logic, and that's where the Vedanta comes in play. And so, I mean, uh, I have sent you guys that lecture. You read this is a video. You guys should see. You will learn so much about religion in that, and maybe you can discuss just like we are discussing with your friends, your colleague. You teach them. It will clarify so many things. So, I mean, we there are certain limitations we all human beings have, and we should keep it as if it is for the human being. Just like you say that we learn sanskar from Ram and Ravana Yuddha, that what how we should behave, which is good thing. So, moral teachings, and but if the moral teachings comes in a very obscure way, that hey, if I tell my kids that Rama lived for 20,000 years, am I teaching my kid a good thing or bad thing? We should question that one. I don't want to teach. I would rather be silent. I would say that, oh, Rama lived for a very long time. I think I should stop now.
No, 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 sir. Really, knowledge is very good, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else.
And
Anything else
second
new?
thing, Surender sir, you are very silent mode till now.
Yeah.
Hello, Surender sir.
Very carefully. Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, please say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. You are in the listening mode today, right? Say something, good or bad.
Yeah.
You know, sir, regarding Ayodhya temple,
I
Ram
have
Mandir,
knowledge.
one, Surender sir, please tell us regarding one sangram, saligram
What is Saligram
stone
thing?
Mhm.
came from Nepal
Huh.
for
Mhm.
Ram Murti in Ayodhya.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
So,
Surender sir,
Yes,
you have more
Saligram
idea.
is a stone. Just it is a stone. Yes, it is very hard structured. That is why it is used for. I think, according to me, it is using to the for the idol purpose making,
ah,
and it is respected also in Hindu religion. Saligram as a god,
yes,
part of
yes.
God. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh, okay. So that's what is
It's
the
a,
story
it's
there,
a
right?
found in it's a found in Nepal, sir, and
Yeah.
it's now it's present in Ayodhya.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So, how do you know that where the Himalaya is? It used to be part of the ocean.
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
Okay. So we don't the thing is that these all things I don't know. We never got taught. You have to learn piece by piece. So in our life, right? So basically, what happened is that if you look at the map, we were really part of Africa, and a piece broke from Africa, and that started coming to the what is now Indian Ocean, and finally collided with Himalaya mountain, and that's how we become attached to the Asia. We are not originally from this part.
Yeah.
So just like Aryan invasion theory is going on forever, and now people are saying that all the southern caste is from outside. They are like, you can you can take it to another level. Millions of years back, we are in Africa, and by boat we came. We brought up with ourselves the whole planet system. So what happened is that that time the ocean when it was ocean, and on the other side was Himalaya. When it collided with the Himalaya mountain, uh, you know and of course it was a ice age in those days when it happened so many millions years back. So all the fossils of that time have been captured, and now since there is no snow, they are kind of. So if you look at the saligram, you will see that there are different things of saligram. It is nothing but sea animals in different forms, small sea animals. I have some of the saligram, and like different uh, so their shape is being captured as it is. So those basically those animals over the time um, become stone. In America there is a park here that where the trees have become stone. In I think which state was that, I'm forgetting, which I went, the famous park, and you can see that how from a tree, the first time when I saw, I was shocked that how a tree can become a stone. Yes, it is possible that a tree can become a stone. So a organic thing becomes stone. So this fossils, this which we find saligram, they are nothing but the animals of millions and millions years back, who have converted into stone form, black stones. That is what is all the saligrams. And so it's quite possible that the big piece of a stone, I think I saw that picture. There is a big piece of stone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
sir.
that, yeah. So that could be that one of the, big fossil, like for example, dinosaur type, you call it, who became a stone. So that is the whole process. And I don't know, I have not yet come across that why we do saligram puja. I know that in every Mithila family, Brahmin families, we used to do saligram puja, but I have no understanding of it yet, though nobody told me, or I have not yet discovered. So maybe you guys, if you guys know why, because I not only in the north, I saw that we have a lot of South Indian Brahmins here, and they also do the Saligram Puja, Sandhya Bandhan, all those. I mean, uh, you'd be shocked to see that the Brahman across the whole country, they have everything rituals are pretty much the same. There is nothing different, whether you go to north or south, east to west. We all have the same tradition, same things, Sandhya Bandhan, Pach, Upnayan, Sanskar, all those things are equally common. All right.
Surendra sir, you
So
have any
then,
idea?
In any other idol of God, we have to what to say? I don't get it.
say it in Hindi.
Pran
It's okay.
pratishtha. We have to make pran
Yeah,
pratishtha
Pran
mantra.
Pratishtha.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
in Saligram, there is no need of pran pratishtha. You can worship of Saligram. This
I
is
see.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Pankaj, I have sent you, I have not yet read myself, but I have sent you Swamiji's lecture on Pran Pratishtha thing, which he's talking about, Murti Puja, because the Shankaracharya's branch, which is Advait branch, it is basically it is a worship of Nirakar Brahma, right? That's what it is. So I'm sure that Shankaracharya was asked many many times that how do you relate Nirakar with Sakar and all those kind of, and what is the purpose of Murti Puja? Why we do that one? So I think there is a big lecture on that one. You guys should see that one. So please send my email to everybody, and then also you guys need to increase this group. Why don't you put it on Facebook and some other
Yes,
places?
sir. I,
Yeah.
I, I continue to trying to improve this, sir. But I think, sir, naturally, sir, it's a due to our early morning time. I think maximum people interested for only sleeping.
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
Means naturally,
Uh,
because generation
yeah,
by generation can't utilize this morning time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it will
You are
it will
right
take
to a
some
certain
time or more,
extent.
sir. Yes, sir.
I think I one day I was thinking, since it is, January is considered a mentoring month. January, who just
Yes.
passed. In America, every month is dedicated. Like January is the mentoring month. February is a black month. Black month.
Yes.
So I don't know in India what we call it, or we call it anything or not. So basically, mentoring, there is a lot of emphasis here on that. It is just like volunteer work. We all are in this country. You will find that people are encouraged to volunteer time. If you go to the hospital, here, all the hospitals, you will see the old age people, they're all volunteers. They will be showing you the direction. You have huge hospital, you don't know where to go. So they will direct you, they will take you from one department to another department, those kind of stuff. And so what I was thinking, that maybe I think I try to do something. Let me see if I can find, give me a minute. On the Facebook, I created some mentoring thing, Mithila mentoring or something about that, a group. Let me see, what did I create here. I'll share with you guys later on in the email. Let me see, I think I call it Mithila mentoring or something. uh, district. Are you guys all on the what you call on the Facebook?
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you in my friend circle, all of you, or no?
Actually, no, sir. I use
Okay.
very less Facebook because there is no time for the using of Facebook. Yeah.
Well, okay. So, all right. So, I think what I want to do is that let's create a I think I already created one, a Facebook group, and we will link that with all the emails and everybody, and then we will publish it, so that we want to increase more youths to join. College students also can join if they have
Yeah.
interest, and other people. So I think we can call it some Mithila mentoring for English speaking or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's uh,
Yes,
let's popularize this, because, like, for example, the class I go to, I was just in the class. There were 80 people from all over the country, this country, and even some from India in there. 80 people. So look at that class. I sent you also in that email a couple of
yes.
class. You will see there that how the people are interacting. So we can broaden this scope. you know uh, we have done, this is like R&D right now. Now we have to take it into high mass production. What we call it here is high volume production, HVM. Right now, it is we have pilot program. We did the pilot, which works. That good. It is a good place to sit together and talk. So let's take it to the next level. All right. Okay. Have a good day, guys.
Okay,
Talk to you
sir. Thank
later.
you, sir.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Sir.
Bye bye.